Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining in. My name is Sumit, and I'm co-founder of TrueMind Capital Services. TrueMind Capital is a SEBI-registered investment management and advisory tech platform. It's a fee-only investment advisory firm run by professionals from CFA, CFP, and IIT background. Since we do not earn from commissions, we provide unbiased, professional, and personalized advisory to help you achieve your important life goals at an affordable cost. Today, the topic of our discussion is how to select the right health and life insurance policy. With me, we have Kush Kohli, who is a co-founder of TrueMind Capital Services. He is an expert in insurance advisory and helped a lot of our clients sort out their insurance-related queries and troubles. So without much ado, I am inviting Kush to take the session forward. Over to you, Kush.
Thanks, Sumit. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining in. As you all know, today's topic is how to select a good health and life insurance policy. Amid the COVID-19 crisis, wearing face mask has become a way of protection, and we have been trying our best to wear a mask and protect our family and everyone around us. But if we get COVID, we can end up spending a lot of money on the medical treatment, and we all are aware about the job losses and loss of income happened due to COVID. So definitely in these tough situations, we cannot afford huge medical cost also, and it becomes very difficult if we are not having a health insurance policy to pay for our medical treatment expenses. Well, for short term, it looks like very convincing to buy a health insurance policy because of COVID. But what about other medical treatment costs? Because there are many other disease which comes on a regular basis year by year, and we are paying a lot of expenses on it. Or there could be some critical illness also which can come up, and we are going to pay huge cost against it. So as we say, health is wealth, but if we are not prepared very well, definitely we are going to lose wealth. So finding a right health insurance policy is also a very challenging sometimes, because going through the policy wordings and then deciding which kind of policy will suit to our family needs is very difficult, because nowadays so many products are there in the market that to shortlist a good one is very difficult. So today I will try my best to check out a checklist for you all to identify the right health insurance cover. So next slide. Yeah, next. So first one on the checklist is purpose of buying health insurance. And so as I said, in the last 10 years, especially the health insurance products have changed a lot in India. And to cater our specific needs, we have a range of products in order to cater students, young couples, senior citizens, and even people having diabetes and heart disease. Even these people can go for some specific health insurance policy. So many health insurance companies are innovating new products, and they are providing such kind of health cover. So our first target should be to identify the need, and maybe there could be different ways of identifying it. If you are planning a baby in next 3 to 4 years period, so you need a maternity cover policy also. Or if you are planning to take a treatment abroad, so then also it will help you out in order to cater that particular need. So there are various options available which are covering such kind of specifications. Once you are clear about the requirement, you can decide the amount also. And to arrive at an amount, there is no thumb rule, but what you can simply do is you can multiply your monthly pay with 6 to 10 times. So for example, if you have 50,000 monthly pay, you can take a cover of 3 lakh or maybe 5 lakh. So somewhere in between that, you can opt for a sum insured. And if you have other family members and dependents upon you, definitely you can have a floater policy for them. And with the same multiple, you can multiply the number of family members, and you can go for a health cover for floater policy also. Now, the second option we have is coverage offered. And this is having a few components which we have mentioned: daycare treatment, room rent, pre and post hospitalization, sub limits. So these are very important components in order to arrive at a coverage area, like how to shortlist a good health insurance plan. So the first one is daycare treatment. Daycare treatments are those treatments where you are not required to actually get admitted to a hospital more than 24 hours. Generally, these procedures are like cataract, tonsils, which are going to take just 2 to 3 years of procedure. That's it. So you have to take maximum number of daycare treatments possible in your health insurance policy. Many companies are only providing daycare treatments up to 145 listed daycare, or many companies are even not listing it and they're covering each and every daycare treatment in their health insurance policy. So you should look for these options. Second one is the room rent. Now this is a pretty critical one, because when you get admitted to hospital, definitely you have to take a room. It could be a shared room, it could be a private room. So we have to check out the amount you are going to pay for the room rent also. And many health insurance companies are offering even they are covering private rooms for this particular expenditure, but many policies are restricting you to 1 or 2% of the sum insured. So for example, if you have taken a policy of 5 lakh coverage and you are opting for a hospital room worth 8,000 rupees per day, you will end up paying 3,000 rupees every day till the time you are taking the treatment at the hospital from your pocket itself. So it's going to be very expensive just because of room rent. So we have to be very careful while selecting a room also, or selecting the health insurance policy in advance, that such kind of specific needs are catered in the policy itself. The third one is pre and post hospitalization cover, which helps you in covering expenses made before and after taking the treatment. So it's a very simple thing: pre and post hospitalization. So if you are hospitalized and you have taken the medical treatment, definitely all those medical treatment must have been covered by your health insurance policy. But what if you go for diagnosis before the planned treatment, and what if you take some medication post treatment also? So all these expenses are covered by health insurance companies, but only catch here is that all these expenses are covered for certain period. So generally, companies are providing 30 and 60 days pre and post hospitalization respectively, but they are policies which are even providing coverage for 90 and 120 days pre and post respectively. So you can choose these kind of benefits while selecting a policy. Another one is sublimits. Again, a very important part of coverage, because sublimits on certain procedures are restricted. Like for example, if you are taking some, you are opting for some donor, kidney donor basically, then there could be a restriction that the health insurance company will only pay 10% of the total sum insured amount, or maybe they will give you some amount that they are only going to pay 10,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees for this particular treatment. So you have to be very careful while selecting a policy, because sublimits are going to take a lot of money out of your pocket. Third one on the checklist is waiting period and co-payment. Waiting period is the period in which insurance companies will not honor the claim against any pre-existing diseases. Company to company, this waiting period may differ. Few companies may offer you 2 years also period, waiting period, and 3 or 4 years period also. But what are these pre-existing disease, and when it is going to be applicable to you? That is the question. So if you are healthy, if you are not having any pre-existing illness, definitely it's not going to be applicable for you, and you can enjoy the complete coverage from day one. But if you have some certain pre-existing diseases, health insurance companies, while issuing a policy to you, will ensure that they are going to restrict those coverages for next 2 to 4 years period. So you have to opt for a health insurance policy which is providing you a lower waiting period for such pre-existing illness. Cashless hospitalization. So again, a very important point to note here is that cashless hospitalization network is a really important part while deciding or arriving at the right policy, health insurance policy, or selecting a right health insurance company itself, because there are almost I would say 50,000 hospitals in India, and out of these 50,000, only 5 to 8,000 hospitals are under the network of hospitals, which are, I would say, which has been identified for cashless services. So cashless service is simply a service where you are not required to pay from your pocket directly. All the claims are settled directly by the health insurance company. So for such kind of options, definitely you have to select the health insurance company which is having a good network in your city itself. So if you are from Delhi, then you have to see that all the top hospitals, because definitely when you are having a health insurance plan and you have to take a planned treatment, which is 90% of the times, generally people take a planned treatment only. So and you would like to have the treatment at the best hospital in your city. So and but that particular hospital, or maybe second option, third option, is not available, or that's not part of your cashless services network of your health insurance company, then you will end up paying all money from your pocket first, and then later on you will get the reimbursement from the health insurance company. So you have to be very clear that you have to check this cashless services option and the network of all the hospitals which is covered by the health insurance company. Next one is ask for restoration benefit. This is a new feature nowadays. Many companies are providing health cover with restoration benefit, which simply means restoring the claim amount again for the treatment of some other disease which has already occurred and you have already settled the claim. So it's something like if you have taken a treatment of, for example, you have taken a treatment for cancer and you have completely consumed your coverage of 5 lakh rupees in that particular policy year, then the insurance company will reinstate the 5 lakh rupees cover in the same policy year for some other disease treatment. So it's a very good option in the health insurance policies, and definitely we should look for these benefits while opting for a health insurance policy. Now, there are some good to have features also. Bonus for claim free year, free health checkup, alternative treatments. So no claim bonus is nothing else but the option available to all those people who are not taking any claim. So for a claim free year with your health insurance, you are going to get some no claim bonus. For example, if you have taken a policy worth 10 lakh rupees and you are getting a no claim bonus of 10%, then next policy year you can take claim up to 11 lakhs. But here is a catch that when you are opting for a health insurance policy, you can also look for no claim bonus up to 50%, because many companies are providing no claim bonus in the very first claim free year up to 50% also, and they go max up to 100%. So your policy will get doubled, your coverage will get doubled in next 2 years itself. So if you have opted for a 10 lakh rupees cover, your coverage will become to 20 lakhs in two policy claim free years. So this is a very good to have option. Another option is free health checkup. Many people have this option in their health insurance policy, but they don't know. So I would advise everyone, if you have this feature, definitely you should go and get a free health checkup done. So last one is alternative treatments. So many a times we are advised for Ayurvedic treatment or Unani treatment or some medicines related to Ayurveda. So definitely, and it is costly also. So when you are taking the treatment, definitely if it is a coverage provided by your health insurance company. So it is very good to have a feature in your policy. And just you have to ensure that you are only taking these treatments from government certified facilities, because health insurance companies generally don't cover private facilities expenses. The next slide. Yeah, so this is the sample brochure which we have. And as I have already discussed in the last two slides, that inpatient treatment, of course, this is the main reason why we go for a health insurance plan. You have to get admitted for more than 24 hours. So that is definitely covered by all the companies. And pre and post hospitalization, this particular policy is having a 30-60 days breakup. Then daycare procedures, all the daycare procedures are covered under this policy. Pre-existing disease has a 2 years of waiting period, and so on. Even the donor expenses is covered up to the sum insured value. So if you have taken a 5 lakh cover, then also they are covering it. And if you have taken a 20 lakh or 30 lakh cover, then also they are covering it. So you have to see all these policy details, whether the health insurance companies are providing waiting period for 2 years or 4 years, or donor expenses at what limit, are there any sub limits or not. uh, there are certain good features like air ambulance cover is also up to the sum insured. So all these features you can check out in your health insurance plan, and it would be good to have, and there could be some must to have features. Yeah, yeah, life insurance. So I think first of all we should answer this question, or I would say we always answer this question in our mind: what is the most important thing in your life? Of course, the answer is pretty obvious. Family is the most important thing in our everyone's life, in fact. So it could be your kids, it could be your parents, it could be your spouse, or any person in your bloodline. And to protect our family, we will do anything. But what will happen if we are not there to protect them? So definitely, if the sole earner of the family dies, so it's a very definitely it's a emotional breakdown stage also for the family. But family can also go into financial crisis. So to protect a family, definitely we need a good life cover. And for life cover, I always I have also spoken in the past presentations also, that never mix your investments with your life cover. Because any broadly, if I say, there are three types of plans: endowment funds, term insurance, and ULIPs. And if I talk about endowments and ULIPs, these are both investment mix plans, and you will end up paying lot of uh, costs related to fund management, or maybe some administration charges, or maybe some other charges also. And the returns are pretty low. If you see up, even after 10-15 years, you will see most of the time you're not going to have more than 5% of annualized returns. So don't mix, try to mix your life cover with your endowment, and you don't buy these kind of plans. Don't mix with your investments. Just keep your investment separate. Maybe you can opt for some other avenues which are purely investments options. So how to select a right life insurance policy? So definitely, term insurance is the best plan for covering all your requirements. And why we should buy a term insurance policy? Because it comes for very cheap. As I said, as compared to endowment funds and ULIPs, it is pretty cheap. Because this is just a pure life cover. This is not going to have any investment mix. And this is cheap also, and it's going to provide you maximum cover for your every annual premium. So we always advise to take a term plan when you have dependents. So it is really important to know who should buy term insurance plan. It's not for everyone. So a person who is not having any liabilities, not having any dependent, or having very sizable assets to meet all his future obligations, or not even having any kind of loan, definitely he is not looking forward to have a term insurance plan, because that's only to cover his dependents, not for himself. So, but yes, if you have dependents or you are going to have dependents in the future, if you are not married right now, so definitely if you will get married, so you will have a dependent spouse maybe, or once you have kids, then also it could be dependent on you. So, and in order to meet all these future obligations, financial requirements, you need a coverage. So, and to protect your family, definitely. Now, to arrive at the coverage amount, there are four values which we have to calculate first, and we have to sum up the total of that amount. The first one is we have to inflate the monthly household expenses, and we have to do it till the retirement age. So this is the first value, and if you are unable to calculate this inflated figure, you can take help from your financial advisor also. He will help you out in identifying this value. The second one is your liabilities. Liabilities are simply your home loans, outstanding amount, obviously, the personal loan, your credit card bills. You can sum up to the first value, all these values. Uh, Third value, you have to deduct from the rest of the two values, which is liquid assets. So definitely, if you have any financial obligations, you will try to meet all these obligations with the help of your investments. So you can deduct all these investments from your rest of the two figures. These liquid assets could be your fixed deposits, also mutual fund savings, your investment into stocks. So you can deduct all these values. The fourth value which you will need to add is value of financial goals. So financial goals could be your children's higher education, or their marriage, or even the retirement corpus for your non-working spouse. So for example, if your spouse was not working, and you are not there now, so definitely she needs some corpus to sustain post your retirement age. So definitely it's really important that all these values need to be figured out before deciding the actual coverage. After summing up the value, you will get arrive at a maybe a value of 1 crore or 2 crores or 5 crores. It totally depends upon your expenditures and the kind of future obligations you have. So, and you can opt for all these this coverage. You can buy a term plan. Second on the checklist is duration. So duration is really important part. Many a times I hear from clients that they want to opt for a term insurance plan for 85 years of age, or 75 years of age, or 80 years of age, and many go for 50 years or 40 years. Totally, it's pretty confusing what kind of duration we should actually have for a term insurance plan. So I would suggest that duration should be taken into consideration by assessing your total assets, or I would say all your investment corpus, which you will actually achieve by the age of retirement. So because we are working right now and we will retire at some point in our life. So if I consider that age to be 60, for example, so you will achieve all your targets by the age of 60, and you will have sizable assets to generate some regular income on that, and to meet all future financial obligations. And by till that time, your even kids would have grown up, they would have started working. So the dependency will be very low at that point of time, and you can meet your financial obligations easily. So and as per the stats, insurance companies are very smart. So when you go for a coverage period of 85 years, till 85 years of age, they actually increase your premium also, because as per the average age of men in India, it's somewhere around 70. So if you are increasing your coverage beyond 70, definitely they are going to increase your premium rapidly. So 60 to 70 is a sweet spot, I would say, you can opt for any tenure between that. You will have a decent premium amount for this particular coverage. I think this is really important to decide the tenure. Next one is riders. Again, a very important part of term insurance policies, because over the last 10 years, I would say many insurance companies have introduced a lot of benefits tagged along the term insurance plan. So people generally ask whether I should go with the accidental death rider, or I should go with this particular rider or that rider. So I have listed four riders which you can consider to have, and totally depends on your requirement again, because it's not for everyone. So if you have actual coverage in mind of 1 crore, so you don't need accidental death rider then. So accidental death rider means that if there is a death because of accident, then you will be getting some additional sum insured amount paid to you. So for example, if you have taken a 1 crore cover and accidental death benefit was 50 lakh, so you will get total sum of 1.5 crores. So not necessarily you are required to go for 1.5 crores coverage, because your actual coverage, as I said, by the formula should be intact, and you should not cross that limit, and you should not spend even single penny extra on additional coverage. So definitely you can consider, depending upon the kind of business or trade or job you are. So if you are traveling too much on road, via road, so definitely you can opt for this cover, and if you feel that kind of risk is there. Another one is waiver of premium on disability. So disability which is permanently disabled basically. So if you are actually announced permanently disabled by the doctors, uh, life insurance companies are going to offer you waiver of premium in such cases. Critical illness rider, again, this particular rider gets activated or triggered once you are diagnosed with any critical illness which is listed in the life insurance policy. So for example, if you are diagnosed with cancer, you will get a lump sum amount which you have already considered while taking this rider for extra premium. And this particular premium is also very expensive. To be very clear on this front, if you are going to have this rider, it's the most expensive rider among all. So you will get an extra premium, but there are certain restrictions also. So you have to go through the policy wordings while opting for this particular rider. Fourth one is waiver of premium on critical illness. So critical illness, I have already mentioned that like cancer and all. So a waiver of premium will happen when you are diagnosed with any critical illness. So these kind of waivers are going to be very cheap with when we compare with the premium of critical illness rider or accidental death benefit rider, and you can opt for this particular rider also. The next one is claim settlement ratio. Again, a very good filter, I would say, to opt for a term insurance plan. Nowadays, there are so many online websites where we can easily get these figures. It's not something which I have to tell you about it. Or you can also check IRDA website where you can get this claim settlement ratio easily for all the life insurance companies. For example, if a company is having 96% claim settlement ratio, it means that out of 100 claims, they have settled 96 claims. So definitely, it's a good filter to understand that how good or how consistent a life insurance company is while settling the claims of the insured person. So this is a good option, but not don't take it in isolation that okay, I'll while selecting a life insurance policy, I'll go with 99% of claim settlement ratio only. That's not the case. I think you can opt for any life insurance company which has more than 95% of claim settlement ratio. Many options are available above 95%. The last on the checklist is premium and payout. So the four options like we get generally, these are the major ones: limited pay plans, increasing cover plans, staggered payout plans, even return of premium plans. So I would suggest just cross it, because don't go for all these options. Just stick to pure vanilla life insurance plan. Go for a regular premium payment plan. Don't get stuck with one single payment plans. Don't get stuck with 5 year or 10 premium payment plans. These are very looks very cheap, that we have to pay for 40 years, and we will end up paying all these premium in just 5 years and 10 years period. But actually that's not the case. If you calculate the premium amount paid from your pocket, it would have been very expensive for you if you calculate the returns on that amount. So don't go and don't fall under the trap of insurance companies with all these plans. Just stick to vanilla product, which is pure regular premium payment plans. And also don't go for payout plans which are staggered in nature. uh, there is a deferment in payouts. Don't opt for those plans. You can simply opt for a immediate settlement clause, and you can opt for a policy which is having completely one short payment. Reason is very simple, because once we select the policy, we don't think how our like family, because maybe we are the smartest one deciding all these features in the term insurance policy while taking a policy, but maybe your family is not having that kind of acumen to understand all these features, and how they are actually going to sustain their life post getting the settlement amount also. So you have to be very clear that even if while deciding a coverage amount, you have to figure out that if that coverage amount is invested into FDs, for example, at the rate of 6%, so they will get 6% every year for the maybe next 10 years or 20 years, whatever what is the tenure of uh, for that amount you can opt for. And plus there would be some taxation on that 6 lakh rupees. So you have to figure out the coverage accordingly. And that is why I'm saying that payout premium plans, you have to be very clear on all these 5 points while selecting a term insurance plan. So at last, I would again repeat, whenever you are buying a term insurance plan, you should always buy it as soon as possible, because term insurance plan is something where the premium amount is very cheap at a younger age. So for example, if you are 30, your premium would be somewhere around 10 to 12,000 per annum. But where the same person, if he reaches 40, your premium plan would have been increased by maybe 20,000 rupees. So you will end up paying 30,000 for the rest of the tenure. So you have to be very sure about your choices. When are you going to decide for a term insurance plan? So buy it as soon as possible. But yes, you need to figure out whether your coverage requirement is increasing with time or not. So you can maybe opt for another policy also after a certain period. Thank you to all of you for listening to me patiently.